So you want to get raid ready as fast as possible as an Ironman. What do? Well, I've already taken some steps, like getting Moon's Gear and a Blade of Saeldor. What's next? Well, we're going to go after the baby trident, aka the warp scepter. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to need 56 Slayer, but we're just currently at 50. Let's work on that. By not doing Slayer. When I said not doing Slayer, I mean by questing and doing diaries so that we get the EXP lamps to get as much Slayer EXP as possible. I'm sure after we get all the easies and whatever medium diaries we can do, we'll still have to do a bit of Slayer training. Anyways, we're getting started with this one quest in which I don't know how to pronounce besides Little Helper. I'm going to need to get this quest done for Desert, I was going to say Elite, but Desert Easy. We're off to a terrible start. Turns out I needed to give that NPC some water skins, but because I was standing there so long recording my clip, I consumed my water skin. Oh yeah, this is the quest where it keeps putting you outside the maze and you have to keep running back in. And that's the quest completed. A little bit of EXP and the Cat Speak amulet, which we will actually need for future quests. I think for the Dragon Slayer 2 questline when we eventually get to that. But anyways, with that out the way, we can now do all the tasks for Desert Easy Diary. Step 1, fill up a water skin from a cactus. In the caves to pick up some potato cacti. Apparently you can just cheese this by picking up and dropping the same one over and over again. Now in Narda to get this guy to clean some herbs for me. Just gotta do floor 1 of the Pyramid Plunder minigame. What if we get a 1kc? Never mind. Had to go into Pyramid Plunder to grab an artifact real quick, and then we sell it to this Simon guy by the Agility Pyramid. And that is Desert Easy complete. Let's go claim our EXP lamp. If I'm not mistaken, there used to be a diary requirement to use this shortcut for the Alcarid Palace. So we get the Desert Amulet 1, but more importantly for right now, we get the Antique Lamp, putting the EXP into Slayer. That is 2.5k EXP. And we got 6.8k to go until we get another level. With that out the way, we are moving on to Falador to complete the Falador Easy Diary. Filling up a bucket at this water pump right here. Talking to the hairdresser in Falador to get a different hairstyle. Of course, we gotta take off our hat. I don't actually really want to change anything, or do I? I don't know. In the park, we gotta get rid of one of these ducks right here. Next step is to make some bluerite limbs. I'm really hoping I got an extra bluerite ore. Maybe it's just sitting in the bank. There it is. Gotta thank my past self for that one. Just made the bar, but while we're here, we're also gonna make a silver tiara. That's gonna be the next step. Made it to Doric's Anvil, north of Falador actually, to make the bluerite limbs. Now the mine altar looks like it was pretty close to the anvil, but in reality you have to go all the way around and then up north. Use the mine talisman on the altar. And now we have a mine tiara. Final step in the castle, talking to this dude right here, Serenity, to find out our family crest. And very conveniently, the diary guy we talked to is just outside. We got Falador Shield 1, and now we got another antique lamp. Into Slayer. We're now in the north, the Fremennik area, to complete that easy diary. First up is to hunt a Cerulean Twitch, whatever that is. Kill 5 rock crabs. Chop an oak tree, or just get 1 log rather, and light the fire. Fill a bucket at this well in Relica, and now we run across to change our boots. Next step, create a silver tiara from scratch in Relica. Any day now. The quest helper has lied to me. Apparently that was a medium task. But oh well, at least we got it done. First time to Waterbirth Island. I think we're here to pick up a snape grass. Just 2 tiles away from us. There we go. Oh, we have to collect 5. Okay. Over in Keldogrim for our last 2 steps. Okay, I thought that was going to be our last step. But apparently we still have to craft the tiara from scratch, which I thought I did. But I don't know, let me try that again. Let's try this again, but I mean, I even recorded this and I showed you guys. A silver tiara from scratch. There's the silver ore. Now we're at the furnace. We're going to use the silver ore on the furnace. We got a silver bar. And with the silver bar, we make a tiara. There we go. That is strange. Maybe it thought I ran out of relica at some point and it glitched. I don't know. But anyways, we have it done. Let's go collect our lamp. Fremennik Sea Boots 1 and the EXP lamp plus 2500 Slayer EXP. Next up is the Kandarin Easy Diary. We're over in Catherby. I'm going to talk to Harry, pick up a big fishing net. And we're going to try and get some mackerels. First try. Oh, I got all this random junk in my inventory. We're going to need to create a fish bowl, which I believe we can do with molten glass and a blowpipe. Or not a blowpipe, but you know what I mean, glass blowing pipe. Do a little bit of fishing in the aquarium. Buy a stew from the bartender, 20 coins. And just run northwest of here to plant some jute. Final step, we're going to have to cross this log near Galahad. Alright, let's TP back into Camelot to claim our lamp. This lamp is gonna push us to 51 Slayer. And 1700 total. I forgot about that actually. Hopping off the boat to make our way to Brimhaven to do the Karamja Easy Diary. First step is to travel from Ardi to Brim... What? Oh. I guess I've never made the trip this way. It's from Brimhaven to Ardi. But I've done the Ardi to Brimhaven side multiple times. Gotta mine some gold ore here. How long will this take me? Not too bad. Didn't we just have to pick up seaweed in another region? Anyways, this is also another thing where you can cheese by picking up and dropping the same one over and over again. And that's done. A little bit of combat to close out this diary. Gotta fight a Joger real quick. Now we gotta talk to Pirate Jackie the Fruit for our reward. Karamja Gloves 1, and of course the Antique Lamp. The Karamja Diary is actually one of the better rewards. Now of course the easy ones don't really give you much, but the higher tier ones will teleport you right to a Slayer Master, teleport you straight into the gem mine, and I believe, actually I think even the Karamja Gloves 1 gives you a discount in the Tokyo shops. Now all the other easy diaries gave me a 2.5k EXP lamp. But this one gave me 1k. And I think this is because the Karamja diary was the first diary that was ever released. And I guess they never retroactively fixed this. Or maybe it's not even a fix, you know, it's just something they decided that should be 2.5k later on. A few more diaries to go, so now we're knocking out Kourend and Kebos. Again, this diary actually very useful with the Radha's blessing. Okay, we ran all the way over into this pub just to make a strength potion in here, I guess. In the Arceus library now, gotta help out one of the NPCs to find a certain book. Now, the Arceus library is actually a very good early game training method for rune crafting and or magic respectively. Most people will probably knock out some rune crafting levels here. However, personally, one time on a hardcore, I was high alching and doing the Arceus library to rush 80 magic for a Barrows portal. Of course, we didn't do any of that this time around. It wasn't needed. The Winter Todd Parable is what this guy asked of me, and we got it. Let's turn it in. The Kourend area, or Zaya in general, is so large that for this next step, it was actually quicker for me to teleport to Draynor village, run to the port here, and then talk to Veos to get to where I need to go. All we gotta do down here is look at their store. Diaries are very good to do because of the rewards, but I swear some of the tasks are just so pointless. I'm just not a big fan of some of the tasks. However, this is one of the ones that feel a bit more natural though. You know, naturally you're gonna have to use altars to regen prayer. I wonder if this agility course is actually good outside of just doing it for the diary. Also, this actually looks kind of cool. I don't remember this. I guess the last time I did this was before they reworked Zaya. Okay, 1 lap completed, and that is Kourend and Kebos' diary completed as well. Let's go collect our lamp. Radha's Blessing 1 and the Antique Lamp. See, this one gives 2.5k, just like all the other ones, except Karamja. Moving on to the Lumbridge and Draynor Easy Diary. First step, into the sewers to fight a zombie. Oh, and we just one-shot it. It's too easy. Don't think we have a water talisman, so I'm just going to head to the abyss. There's the water runes. Alright, we got to make some bread real quick. I have the bread dough. Can I even burn bread anymore? Probably not, right? We are good. Let's talk to Hans real quick. He's running away from me. Hello. Chop an oak tree. Burn an oak log. And off to Alcarid. You know, this is one thing that doesn't really make sense with the Lumbridge diaries. And it's not just the easy tier too. The diary includes Alcarid as part of the Lumbridge and Draynor diary test. But wouldn't it make more sense to be part of the desert? Well, mining the iron ore was actually our last step. So let's head back to Lumbridge. We get the Explorer's Ring, which is also a really useful diary reward. We're halfway to 52 Slayer. Obviously, I've been using Quest Helper, but we're going to use our brain a little bit. Imagine that. So we're going to need some earmuffs. But while we're here, right next to the Slayer Master, we're going to talk to Spot. These names are weird. But we're going to tan our black dragon hide that we had in our inventory. And that is 2 tasks in 1. Oh, also, we needed a Slayer task from this guy. You know what? I actually completely forgot that we were on a crocodile's task. And I believe this was from Turiel too. So, okay, we are back in the desert to finish this crocodile's task. I think this is going to go by pretty quickly. Last time I was actually doing Slayer, and on this task, I was much, much weaker. But now, we got a Blade of Saeldor, a Fire Cape, a Defender, Barrel's Gloves, Amulet of Fury, and let's not even forget 91 Strength. Yeah, we're like 3-4 hitting these crocodiles now. Last crocodile here, and we will have finished this Slayer task from who knows how long ago. If I could just hit more than a 1, thank you. And that actually puts us very, very close to 52 Slayer. But now that's out the way, we go back to the... How do you pronounce names in this game, man? But anyways, here's a new Slayer task, 30 ghosts. We can actually do that. I didn't mean right now. We gotta continue doing the diaries, you know? I killed the Banshee so quick I didn't even get to record it, but here's 2 cosmic runes for evidence. Dude, this Wolfbane dagger is so tiny. I haven't been back to this herb patch since the Garden of Tranquility quest, but we're back so that we can place a scarecrow. Here in Port Fat Asmus, Phasmatis, we're gonna cook a thin snail and hopefully not burn it. How do I get in there? Oh, there's a door. Oh, I thought we burnt it for a second, but we're good. Oh, and that's all the diary tasks done. Talk to Le Sabre. Talk to this lady here just outside of Canifis. And Morytania legs 1. Of course, the lamp. This is going to get us to 52 Slayer. Ooh, jellies. Moving on to the Western Provinces Diary. This is a pretty big one, as if I recall correctly, Western Elite is going to get us... Oh, I'm sorry, Western Hard is going to get us Elite Void. Or rather, it's going to allow us to get it because we're going to have to head back to Pest Control for more points. And because I'm yapping too much, I'm doing a second lap for no reason. But hey, we get a Mark of Grace. I took out the flax, but I forgot to make a bowstring. But luckily in the Gnome Stronghold, there's a bunch of spinning wheels everywhere actually. But now that we have that done, we make a oak short bow, and that is the task completed. Everybody's favorite minigame, Gnome Ball. No, don't do it. No way I missed, right? Just picked up some swamp toads. Now to insert some commentary about how this is a hidden money maker. Something something soup, something something framed, something something Gillenor games. Up here in the north, gotta catch another bird. Surely won't take too long. Surely won't take too long. Oh, here it comes. Alright, not bad. Even further north, mining some iron ore real quick. And that, no, I thought we were done, but we gotta head back to Pest Control. For a novice game? Aw, man. It is 1 a.m. on a weekday. Am I gonna be able to get into a game? Surely, right? Alright, by no means is this a full team. I think there's like 7 people top here. Let's see what happens. Gotta head east. I wonder, does Pest Control scale? Because it seems like we're actually doing it with just, I don't know, 5 to 8 people. On to the last portal, we're actually going to do it. I think. And there we go, we did it. We're in Felled Up Hills right now working on chompy birds because we're going to need 30 to be able to claim our first hat. The last step for us in terms of the Western Provinces Easy Diary. Looks like we should have 30 KC done. Let's ask for a hat. Show him the bow. And there we go, a chompy bird hat, collection log. And what we are here for, the Easy Western Provinces Diary complete. Made our way back over into the Gnome Stronghold. We're going to talk to this Elder Gnome Child. And there we go, we got the banner and the lamp. Now it's time to work on the final easy diary, which is the wilderness. First things first, let's get a team cape, wear that bad boy, and hop into the wilderness. Oh, looks like we gotta re-equip it. There it is. That. Oh, that wasn't the wilderness. Awkward. There we go. Yeah, looks like right over the ditch right here is actually not the wilderness, which is interesting. In the Edgeville dungeon, we're going to pick up some red spider eggs, and then I believe after this, we're going to hop on over these monkey bars and get an earth warrior. Now's not a great time to be hitting zeros. There we go. Back on the surface, on my way to mine 1 iron ore real quick, and hopefully not get animation canceled by these skeletons. We're good. Up by the enclave. What is this noise? What? These mammoths make really weird noises. But anyways, we gotta fight one of these bad boys. Next, we're gonna hit up the obelisk, which is, I'm actually going the wrong way, which is over here. We're gonna try and get ourselves to the Deep Wildy, because we have to head to the Fountain of Ruin. And we first tried it. How lucky. I think all we need to do here is to low alch anything. So let's low alch this Karamja one. Heading on over to the Chaos Altar now. This is probably the only situation where I might run into somebody, so let's be careful here. Just have to pray at the altar real quick. There we go, and let's get out of here. Back in Edgeville, we gotta go talk to this dude right here, the Lesser Fanatic, our Wildy Sword, and the lamp. We're about halfway to 53 Slayer. So we've now finished all the easy diaries. We jumped from 50 to 52 Slayer. I haven't looked into all the requirements yet, but I do think we will be able to do a lot of the medium diaries as well. We'll have to do some questing along the way for sure though. And I went ahead and pre-planted some of the time-gated diary tasks. I think limpworts and strawberries. Ideally, they won't die on me and we'll be ready to knock those out next.